This video shows communication protocols for FA robots acting as socket slave stations. Enter the programming interface and write the robot socket server program. When the FR robot communicates with an external master station as a slave station, we primarily use 5 commands. Socket server listen on the client port. Socket server ext, read the client's ID. Socket server close the connection. Socket server reads the string sent by the client. And socket server send a string to the client. Let's examine these instructions one by one. The socket server function requires the client port number as a parameter. We set the port number to 9100. Create the TCP/SB variable to receive the client channel identifier. Receive client connections in a loop. A return value of 0 from socket server ext indicates a connection failure. A socket identifier is returned upon successful connection, with a maximum of supported socket_0 to socket_3. After the connection is established, read the message sent by the client. Socket server requires 2, the client identifier, and the timeout period. The timeout unit is in seconds, 0 indicates blocking. Get character length. Print data. Evaluate the received information. Evaluate the received information. The socket server function requires 3 parameters to be passed: the string to be sent, the client identifier, and whether to block. 0 indicates blocking, 1 indicates non-blocking. Refine the program logic. The socket server function requires the client identifier as a parameter. Restore the variable's value. After writing the program, click Save. Open the Network Debugging Assistant and select Client Mode. Select Robot IP address. Connect to port 9100. View communication status via the Network Debugging Assistant. Network Debugging Assistant sends DO1_on. Observe that DO1 status is open, and note that the return value is on success. Network Debugging Assistant sends DO1_off. Observe that DO1 status is closed, and note that the return value is of success. If all the data is sent, the response will be unknown. That concludes our tutorial on socket server communication. Thank you for watching.